Sergio Garzon. Sergio Garzon. Sergio Garzon. So I was born in Bogota, Columbia, but I'm not a city boy, because after that I lived in an island that looks a lot like Maui. It's called Santa Marta, and that's where I'm from, dude. From the islands of South America. A lot like Charles Dickens, yeah. The little boy hanging around with a sketchbook, drawing fish, raking for mussels and clams and oysters. That was my life, dude. No school, no shirt, no shoes. Didn't have to answer anybody. It was great. I don't know how old I was. I think I must have been like 12 or 13. I think like during that time, a lot of people, immigrants, came into Florida. So that was me and my family. Totally legal, got papers. It was like a fucking war to get out of the country. Colombia doesn't really want people to leave, I guess. But we made it out. And that's one thing I will always thank my family, is that we got out. We got out. Because during that time, it was no fun to live in Colombia, bro. That's like the time. La sangre means the blood, the time of blood, where people are just dying. People getting killed. Escobar, all that stuff, dude. That was during all that time. So everyone was trying to get out of the country. And I'm glad we did. I remember the first time I came to the United States, dude, when I looked out the window and it was so quiet. And then I was allowed to go walk down the street and it was so clean. Cranberry juice, hamburgers, potato chips. Yeah, everything was just nuts to me. Can openers, automatic can openers. Air conditioning, carpet, clean carpets. Cars, everybody had a car. It was like you were born with a car. In Colombia, you gotta be really rich to have a car, dude. You can't, like 16-year-olds driving brand new cars like you see here. That's not Colombia. So, culture shock. Whatever it is that your medium is, the creative power that comes from yourself, the tool that you use to manifest that into the world, I think that's the problem, dude. And where like you want to always be dominant over your tool. You don't want the tool to, it doesn't feel dominance because it's an inanimate object, but it can overcome your own skills and handicap. Handicap means it cuts you off your ability to grow past a certain level. So the tool, if you're not dominant over it, if you're not always pushing it, bending it, breaking it, and making it do things that it's not meant to do, as a human being should, then the tool is going to dominate over your life. And it's going to handicap you, and it's going to close you out and keep you from thinking that you could ever do anything like that. That's the most wicked part of making things. That if you're not risking to fail, because if I break this thing, I may not be able to draw it with it. But if I break it, it might spill and it might do something cool. But you'll never know unless you take the risk that most likely means imminent failure. And that's no one in their right mind is going to do that. And therefore, many people in their right mind never grow.